Welcome back to another video on Influential Sports. This is going to be another very controversial video. I had the original video, it was about 3 minutes long, but I deleted it because there's some stuff that, other stuff that I should have talked about that I left out, and I'm covered in this video. So this is about, you see the title of the video and you see the thumbnail, it's about the Seattle Supersonics. Now, people complain about WWE fans being fickle, like Brian Daniels said a few years ago. NBA fans are probably worse, especially in the city of Seattle, Washington. Fans, so 1967-68 was the first year the Seattle Supersonics became a franchise. Then once it hit 1974, started making the playoffs, was in the playoffs consistently through the 70s, through the 80s, 90s. Even in the 2000s, they had some pretty decent seasons. They weren't one of those teams that was getting the first pick. I mean, their first few years were bad because they were an expansion team. But once they finally started getting things going, had Lenny Wilkins there for a long time, one of their best players, had Jack Sigma, Fred Brown, just some of the other top players that was there leading them to wins. So in 1978, they go to the finals for the first time against the Washington Bullets. They lose in 7 games. And like I said, you still had Lenny Wilkins and Jack Sigma. Then they go back to the finals the next year. They improve by 5 games. Then they win the finals in 1979 against the Washington Bullets in 7 games. With, like I said, Jack Sigma, Lenny Wilkins. I think Gus Williams was on the team at this point. And then from 1967 all the way till 2008, they were the Seattle Supersonics. Ended up drafting Kevin Durant. And that's when, after 2004 5 season was their last time in the playoffs before they eventually moved to OKC in 2008-9 season. And like I said, I think Kevin Durant was part of the Supersonics for like a year or two. But if you look at that history, that's a long time from 1967 to 2008 being a franchise. But then the problem became with OKC, with the Seattle Supersonics, is that they're located in Seattle, Washington. Seattle's a dry city. It rains a lot, not getting a lot of attention. And you had a WNBA team, the Seattle Storm, and I don't know how their viewership is doing. I'm not really here to compare that. But you still have a WNBA team there. And now the NBA, they want to add expansion teams. They obviously want to do Las Vegas, one of the biggest markets in the world. And they want to bring back the Supersonics. But if fans complaining about Seattle being a dry city, it's this and that, having problems with a team being in Seattle, Washington because it rains a lot, it's a dry city, it's not getting a lot of attention, why don't you bring the team back? That's dumb in my opinion, and the Seattle Supersonics shouldn't be brought back. And another point I wanted to make is the Seattle Supersonics and OKC, it carries the same history, because those finals appearances and that one championship, that's part of OKC's history. So then if you bring back the Supersonics, you get rid of all that and just give it to the new Supersonics team, and OKC just has, since 2008 of their history, even though those playoff runs and championship appearances and the great players that they had in the past, that's all part of their history. So now you're just taking that away. So in my opinion, you shouldn't bring back the Seattle Supersonics. I do agree the league should be expanded. It's a lot of talent. Some talent that don't even have jobs right now, or do have jobs, but they're not playing in the NBA where they should be at. But I think bringing back the Seattle Supersonics would be a dumb move, because if anything, the fans will complain again about how dry the city is and how much it rains. So it's like, if there was your complaint to begin with, why do you want the team to be brought back now? It doesn't really make any type of sense to me. So I'm not in favor of bringing back the Seattle Supersonics. I think OKC needs to stay what it is and keep carrying that history as the Supersonics. Like, they had legends, Hall of Famers, and all that. So I don't see why it wouldn't make sense to bring them back, in my opinion. Comment down below what y'all think. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. I know some people might disagree. That's fine. But I think bringing back the Supersonics would be a really dumb idea, especially if the fans just get to complaining again. Now, you do need to, now the NBA does need to expand at least 2 teams, because it's a lot of talent, a lot more talent that should be playing in the NBA. But you can only have 15 players on the roster, and really only 9 or 10 of those guys are actually getting rotational minutes. Some of them just warm the benches somewhere. But that's it for this video.